Yo, my name is Owen from OCD Movie Reviews. Today I am going to review
In the Heights, I flip the lights and start my day.
What the hell is that?
What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is Jon M, and today I'm going to review the latest musical film, In the Heights. This movie is directed by Jon M, who directed Crazy Rich Asians, and this movie is based on a famous stage play by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Basically, this movie took place in Washington Heights, which is a town that's basically disappearing. We follow Snavi, played by Anthony Ramos, a sympathetic New York bodega owner, saves every penny every day as he imagines and sings about a better life, while the other citizens of Washington Heights try to also follow their dreams. Now, when it comes to musicals, I love musicals. I like Broadway musicals and I even like movie musicals. But I will say 2021 is definitely a year for movie musicals that's adapted. We got this movie, we got Dear Evan Hansen, and we got probably one of my most anticipated movies of the year, West Side Story, that's going to be directed by the legendary Steven Spielberg. I'm really pumped for that movie. So definitely this is a big year for musicals. And In the Heights is definitely a movie that starts off with the Frio. And I was honestly very interested in this movie because I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think he's a great playwright, he's a great singer, and he's a great actor. Have you guys seen Hamilton? I'm pretty sure everyone knows Hamilton, even though they haven't seen it. Everyone knows what Hamilton is. In the Heights was actually his very first stage play or Broadway musical. He wrote this during high school, what I've heard, which is really, really impressive. So, it got me very curious about this film. The trailers look amazing and I love Jon M. For the most part. I think Crazy Rich Asians is fantastic. It's a very underrated film. So, I was very hyped for this movie. And I gotta say, guys, I wasn't expecting In the Heights to be as great as I thought it would be. I freaking loved every moment of In the Heights. Let's start off the thing that really stood out for me with In the Heights. The musical sequences. I gotta say, guys, the music in the Heights. I'm not even kidding. The musical sequences are that catchy that I walked out of the movie theater, got into my car, got on Spotify, and I listened to the whole soundtrack on the way home. And I still do. I still listen to the soundtrack every once in a while. Because the songs in this movie are catchy as hell, but also the lyrics of these songs are really well done. I understand every single moment of it. Like, when I first heard the musical sequences of this film, I'm like, this is so Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's fantastic. But the musical sequences are the thing that really stood out for me in this movie. The musical sequences are with the story. You know what I mean? Like, the characters going through stuff and they sing about it, and you understand every single word of it. But not just the musical sequences are great, it's how the musical sequences are handled in this movie. The choreograph of these scenes are not just well done, but it's visually stunning. Jon M. did a really good job directing the musical sequences in this movie. There are a lot of musical sequences that I find it so unbelievable to see, which I just want to know how they did it behind the scenes. I want to see a whole behind the scenes of that musical sequences. The songs in this movie, every single song I loved. I could do like a top 3 favorite songs for this movie. Every single actor in this movie does a really great performance in this film. Every character in the Heights had their own chance to shine in this film. It's not just a film about Snavi, played by Anthony Ramos, who did a fantastic job in this movie, by the way. Every single actor in this film had their own chance to shine. It felt like, yeah, and Snavi is technically the main character of this movie, but every character has their own chance to shine in this film, and every single character in the Heights is fantastic. I loved every single character in this movie. There's not a single character in this film that I'm like, he's the least favorite character in the film. Every single character I freaking loved in this film. But the way the movie looks, the way the story progresses, I was so invested the whole way through, especially coming from the guy who has not heard of In the Heights, who has not seen the Broadway. This is my first viewing of In the Heights from this movie. So I don't know what happens in the story, and of course I'm not going to spoil what happens in this film, but there are moments in the Heights where I was honestly tearing up. There are moments in this film that I was literally surprised that actually happened. And I was so invested throughout the whole story of this movie. This movie is a 2-hour summer fun ride that keeps a smile to my face. But this movie also does a really great job of learning about communities, teaching everyone lessons to love their own community, and also be themselves, follow your dreams. It made me so unbelievable that Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote something like this, because he actually does grow up in Washington Heights in real life. So this is basically his tribute of what he loves about Washington Heights. And you can see his love throughout the film, even though he wasn't really directing it. This movie looks incredible. The color palette, the way this movie looks, it looks incredible. It is so colorful. It keeps a smile in my face. And it shows the whole symbolism with this film. I only have one issue with this film. One issue. But it's an issue that isn't really that big with this film. It is definitely, in my opinion, the ending. I feel like the ending of this film, there are moments with this film where I'm like, okay, this feels like this could be the climax of the film. And then it goes from that, and then it goes to another scene. It's just that moment right there where I'm just like, okay, I thought that's actually going to be the ending of the film, because they did a good job making it look like the ending of the film. But it wasn't. It was like another 20 minutes before the film's over. I feel like that edit right there, it makes us convinced that the film's going to end, but it wasn't. And I could consider that as a good thing, because I was invested through this film the whole way through. But I was really thought that that bit right there is like, oh, that's going to end the film. That's the climax. But that is it, guys, because overall, I loved every moment of In the Heights. So far, with these 3 musical movies that's coming out this year, this is a tremendous start with those movies. I think In the Heights has great characters, it has great musical sequences, it has a great story, the whole production design, the whole cinematography, everything about this movie, it represents a film for 2021. I loved every moment of In the Heights. It's definitely one of the best musicals that I've ever seen in a very long time, probably since La La Land. I'm going to give In the Heights an A. So guys, that is my review for In the Heights. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like the film, hate the film, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below, Facebook, Stardust, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel notified for my latest movie reviews, and have a nice day.